Hey, this is Simon from the Brackets here at South OC Cars and Coffee. What a great turnout again this week. We've got a lineup of McLarens, unbelievable group of McLarens, and also a press car from General Motors, their Camaro that they built for the Hot Wheels for SEMA this year. Let's swing the camera around and have a look. So let's start with the motorcycles this week. You know, we normally end up with those guys, but there's so many good motorcycles here this morning, worth a look. It's really beautiful. Harley, love this color scheme in the blue and the white. Oh, this looks great. Kawasaki. This thing really caught my eye. Check this out. This is the motorcycle that made me think, you know what? This thing deserves to be sort of front and foremost. Check out the custom work on this thing. Absolutely beautiful. Incredible. Looks great. And then moving right along, we got a Ducati 959 Panigale, a BMW, three BMWs in a row actually. And coming down here further, it's an Intruder, which I do not know what that is, and then Honda sitting next to it. So we have my Camaro, then James's, then very special day for Tony's 650 Le Mans here. We figured out that last week was the third birthday of this particular car, right Tony? I said it was the third birthday for your 650 Le Mans, so I didn't bring a birthday cake for it, but I think we should have a party for this particular car, which
we'll go to the warehouse.
Yeah, it turned 3 this week, which is kind of cool. We have a 720S. We actually had another 720 there, but it's left. A Ferrari, a really nice 650 Spider, and then on to this car. This rolled in and I thought, I've seen this before. This was actually at SEMA this year in Las Vegas, and also they've used this vehicle at some of the auto shows. This is yet to be released. It's the Chevy Hot Wheels Edition 50th Anniversary Camaro. So very special car, not released yet. This is actually a press car. We had somebody today turn up in this vehicle from the press. In fact, let's hear about your podcast. This is Michelle.
This is Michelle. Hi. And I have a radio show every Sunday on AM 1170 in San Diego.
Yep.
And we talk 3 hours about cars.
Awesome. And it's
every Sunday.
Also on iHeartRadio, you were saying as well.
AM 1170, and we're there.
Excellent. So make sure you check that out if you're a car person. Thank you for bringing this beautiful Camaro today, Michelle. This is absolutely killer. It's always great when we see those plates down there that say manufacturer's plates, which is really cool.
It's a special car.
It is. So,
Not
and
just anybody gets them.
Exactly. And then on to Jay's Ford GT, and then David's really nice little Ferrari next to we've got a black on red edition here, which looks kind of cool. Beautiful, beautiful looking Porsche GT3. That's another Porsche, little Turbo S, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, another McLaren. This one's Gary's, and then Audi, great looking Trans Am. How cool is that thing? Smoking the Bandit all over. And then this guy, very cool. Have a great day. Love that car. That's a 59 Impala. Look at those Impala. Look at those teardrop tail lights. Very, very cool. And then some more Porsche here. We've got 4 in a row. Great looking little old 911 at the end. Really great colour. Over to the other side, we have a Triumph, Viper, another Porsche. This is kind of cool. 33 Ford Roadster. And the purist would look at it and go, that's a small block Chev in there. But you know what? That's what guys do, you know. If you love the body but you're a fan of GM, what do?
That's what guys did.
That's what guys did, exactly.
That's why we call it a taco wagon.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason we did that was because they were a better V8 than the Fords of the time. But a flathead in one of these, or a Hemi in one of these.
Had a flathead when it came out of the factory.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool though. Looks really nice. Great combo. Another Ferrari here. Little Fiat 124 Spider, Pantera, BMW M3, little Volkswagen about to leave, Chevy Nova, next to another one, and then up here, Porsche, and a little motorcycle sitting here. That's kind of cool. Hyundai. Lexus. Next to another Lexus. This is a limited edition. I think the owner was saying it's one of 100. Very cool looking Chevy here. You know, it's on the outside. You look at it and you go, man, that thing's kind of rough. But you look under the hood and it's looking really cool. Ford truck. Paul's El Camino GTO. And we've got a Cobra replica there, Mustang. All the Mustang guys lined up here. Always appreciate their attendance. Roberts Mustang. And then Corvette. Another couple of Mustangs. And then we jump over the other side. We've got some couple of cool cars here. This is a Challenger. Next to it is a Dodge Demon. Very cool, massive horsepower in these things. Not the original wheels and tyres on this too, which is interesting to see. Very cool. Very quick. Dodge Charger, cool looking old truck. Really nice looking old Ford F-150 here. Looks great. Andy's truck, which looks awesome. Mustang, another Mustang. And then Riviera, which is very cool. Another Mustang. Great looking old 34 style. Fiat little 124. So we saw the new one before, so there's the old one. Volkswagen, Mercedes. Got to watch this El Camino drive out. Love this thing, it's very cool. Have a great week. Grand Wagoneer, Mercedes, great looking old Ford Woody there, Evo, Corvette, it's great looking Ford, it's awesome. Corvette, a little bit of drizzle happening now, a bit of an ocean layer, but it's not keeping the people away, which is great. It's a cool looking car with a LS Transplant Mercury Mustang. John's the Thing, little cool little Porsche 356 Supra Ferrari. You know, this is a interesting Ferrari. It was one of the very few Ferraris that actually had it was a 2+2 with a back seat in it. And it's funny, you know, it is looking dated. In the time, this would have been a really beautiful car. But you know what? When you look back at cars of this era, it wasn't a particularly great era for vehicles, for the look of vehicles. And this thing, for a four-door car, you know, still looks great. ZL1, it's got that really good LSA supercharged engine and Cobra replica. Really nice looking 55 Corvette.
Enjoy it. Take care.
Caterham, the Cosworth engine in it. A really nice looking little Alfa Romeo Giulia. Great little car. This one's got that V6 in there, which from memory is basically a Ferrari derived engine. They lop off a couple of cylinders and that's where they get that V6. So it's a great sounding little thing, goes well. Aston Martin. Coming over this side, we've got a Mercedes. We've got a really nice looking 32 Juice Coupe. This is really nice. Small block Chev in that thing. It's great, love it. Nice and Lost and Healy. Really interesting colour scheme, really like that. A couple of twin SUs sitting on top of it there. Really good. Next to a Thunderbird E-Type Jag, which is really nice. Sunbeam Tiger. Another Ferrari. Got quite a few older Ferraris today, it's nice to see. Really nice looking old classic Mercedes. 69 convertible Camaro. And then Chevy 2, really nice 57, just leaving us right there. Rolls Royce.
Oh, okay.
And then a really nice early Corvette. This is kind of cool, the way that's what we call an engine. It's one of the 572 big blocks, one of the newer generation of big blocks that Chevy offer as a crate engine. Very tough looking thing. See that thing in this, looks great. Big old Buick running a 572, what a sleeper. Looks very cool. 34, that's really nice too. and then a really nice looking Corvette. Looks like to be the same orange as that Hot Wheels car we saw. Another Corvette there, Mustang, El Camino, a Hellcat, Z06, a couple of Z06s in a row. Another really nice Corvette, another Z06, C6 Corvette, E-Type running that engine transplant. I know I've shown this before, but you know what, it's worth another look.
Oh well.
It's not the original E-Type engine. If we sneak around and look underneath here, check that out. So, very cool. Chevy, and then a row, some of our regulars with these Fords, the supercharged Mustang, a Chevelle 6-cylinder Falcon, which is cool. And then Herbie rides again. Check this thing out. Very cool. Herbie license plate on it and everything. Actually for sale if anybody feels like grabbing a car that's pretty incredible. A little BMW, and then jumping over the other side, we've got a couple of older Jeeps and older Z car there as well. Hummer H2. And if we pan around over here, we've got this Chevy truck, which I've featured before as our car of the week. Just amazing thing. Check that out. Love this truck. So many things about it to love. Just little subtleties on this thing that a lot of people, you know, looking at it wouldn't understand. For instance, these came out with a 2-piece windshield. It's got a 1-piece on it. The back window used to come down to about here, and he's extended it down. Apart from the fact it's got these killer wheels, one of the really discreet things on this truck that most people don't pick is when you used to want to change the tail or open the tailgate on these things, there would be like a chain and a hook down there. Check this out. You push this button and then it opens down, so really nicely done. So very, very cool truck. So moving on, there we have a Lexus Corvette El Camino, another Corvette, Lincoln Continental, a couple of them side by side, those suicide doors in the back, some more Corvettes, Thunderbird, old Chevy there, Mustang, Jaguar F-Type, Bronco, a couple of Broncos side by side.
Tommy's.
And then a Chevelle convertible. And then Nova. This is one of our regulars, a Riv, next to this really cool looking RX-7. This thing comes in, smells like a model airplane engine. It's awesome.
This is 500 crank.
Mustang, Mercedes AMG, Porsche, Corvette, little Mazda Speed 3. You can tell by that sort of bulging hood on that with the vent. F-250 pickup, Cutlass Supreme, and then a little Datsun, what we would call a Ute pickup, Corvette, and then Volkswagen, Lexus, another Lexus, and then Jeffrey's cool truck, his Jeep, very, very cool. Love this thing. This has been car of the week as well. Volkswagen, another Volkswagen, and then another little one here. Look at that. Serious looking camper truck here. He had to take it in a different entrance in here because it wouldn't clear the height rails up there. Nissan, a Mustang GT350, that one. Corvette. This was here last week as well. This BMW Z8, pulling huge money these days. It's a real cult following over here. As an Australian, we didn't have them in Australia. I personally don't get it. I think it's an okay car. It's got the gauges in the middle of the dash, which to me, if it's a serious performance car, you wouldn't do that. But over here, huge following. It was like it was built specifically for the US market. Veloster, really nice looking 34 again. Boxster. Some Corvettes in a row. Mustang. Celine, that particular one. Really nice looking truck. Mustang again, nice looking Corvette. Another one, interesting colour, that dark green. And then BMW, three of them side by side. Really nice looking FJ40 Land Cruiser as I've mentioned several times before, I've got a soft spot for these things because that's what I learned to drive in. So, Corvette, cool looking Valiant, which is great. Another Mustang, Jeep. Good to see a Jeep with a bit of dirt on it, a bit of mud up underneath it. Little no, it's not an M3. Oh, it doesn't have M3 badging, but it's got M3 wheels on it. Yeah, it is an M3. Sorry, I love that colour when it came out. GTO, another BMW there. Another Jeep with a bit of mud all over it, which is good to see. Miata, this one running the MX-5 badges, which of course what they were badged as elsewhere in the world, but designed here in Southern California, so very much an American sports car. Mustang, nice little Cobra replica. Bruce's cool looking Chevy truck. And then we got the row of Holdens here. We got GTO or Monaro, and then all of the SSs, which when they wear that badge in Australia are called a Commodore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Cadillac on the GTO, Grand National, Mustang, another Mustang, a couple of our regulars, BMWs here sitting in the weeds. Cool looking F100 there. This one running a straight 6, you know, it's funny, everybody was always jumping at V8s, but every now and then now when you see a Survivor car with a 6-cylinder, it's kind of cool. El Camino, BMW convertible, Focus ST, really nice looking 68 big block SSRS Camaro GMC truck. Really nice looking plum coloured Charger. Volkswagen bus. Here's the back of this camper truck we saw before. Check that out. That'd be pretty comfortable taking that thing off the road. Kind of cool. Serious truck, brand new Jeep. This is the new model that was released this year. It's a little slight differences you can pick up. Obviously, the indicator's integrated into the fenders. I bet the aftermarket guys looked at that and went, oh no, what are we going to do with that? But just few little subtle ways of looking at it. These vents in the side, you can tell are different. The mirrors are slightly different. Just looks slightly different from the existing one. Mustang, Challenger, and then a Galaxy up there by the look of it. Another Corvette, and then a Maserati. Great sounding cars, the Maserati. I really like the sound of their V8s. Old Jaguar. And I think the Jaguar at this era, I could be wrong, but I believe they were a Ford-derived V8. They weren't derived by Jaguar. A BMW, Mustang, another little Fit, new little Fit 124, Chevy, Mustang, Bronco, Corvette, Audi, Nissan, Porsche, and Mercedes. Yeah, this thing's kind of cool. Check this out. Really nicely done. Definitely a contender for car of the week. GTR, Toyota 86, GT4 Porsche, little Toyota pickup in the weeds, little Nissan in the weeds as well. Air Ride on those guys, obviously. Honda, little Focus ST, little BMW M Series, another BMW, bright green little. This is badged to Unos, but probably starts its body. I think it's a little Miata RX-7 and an M3. Another little Miata. Some serious stance on that thing. One of the new ones. Sorry, last model, should I say? Not the new one. The very last of the previous body style. A couple of Mustangs. You know, we don't mind people bringing anything along. It's kind of cool to see that. Here's this Montclair again. This big old Mercury. Corvette. And then as we go down through here, we've got Lexus, Porsche, and then Mustang. Just jumping up the other side, Jeep, Corvette on our last row. Another one of these little Honda Civic Type R's, very quick little car. There goes Jeffrey and his cool Jeep. That's cool, look at this Chevy. So they've just announced they're bringing back the Blazer, and they've done some shots of it, and it is bitterly disappointing. You know, when this Chevy Blazer came out, it was basically on the frame of the truck of the time. And so it really was a truck with some extra seats, pickup with some extra seats in the back and a removable roof. Well, they've used the name on the new one, but honestly, it's just like any other SUV these days. The front of it looks more like a, dare I say it, a New Zealand 1 Camaro, and the back of it could be anything from a, I don't know, a Honda or a Volvo or any of those other SUVs at the moment. So really disappointed with that. I wish they'd rethink calling it a Blazer, because it's not. S2000, another little Focus ST, a Nissan Mustang. Really like that blue. Cool looking truck. Look how low that thing is. It's awesome. Here's this Mercedes with the bit of hardware hanging out through the hood. Don't think that's factory. BMW GT350 on the Mustang here. Carrera, Boxster, R32, Toyota 86, another ST. Some big tyres on that Chevy pickup there. TRD. This is the new Colorado ZR2. At this point in time, that is the most capable four-wheel drive that Chevy make. A lot of people go, well, you know, wouldn't you think that's actually the Silverado? That is far more capable, especially when they put the turbo diesel in it. Really nice looking McLaren leaving us here. It's good, doesn't it? 570S. Great sound. Corvette, a Bronco. Really nice looking 34 hot rods. A lot of little neat things done on this car. Sort of, you know, discreet little attention to detail things. If you look, there's no door handles on it, for instance. The way they've sort of Frenched in this this vents on the side looks kind of cool. Big chop on it, you know, huge roof chop. Really nice, clean interior. Just looks great in there. You know, really almost a navy blue interior. Love how low that back window is, and then the tail lights. Look at the way the tail lights are being sort of Frenched into it as well. Very cool. Next to it, a C7 Corvette. We're just going to close his fuel cap for him. Little Nissan again. Old Porsche over there. BMW, Mustang, Porsche. Cool looking old Chevy. Truck.
Let it sit for 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Mercedes, BMW. Interesting wrap colour on that. Sort of like a satin blue. BMW. A couple of Corvettes. Mustang. And then Camaro. Another Corvette. And Subaru. A little Nissan. Great looking little Skyline. Volkswagen. Honda. Big old Ram truck there. Another little Honda. Cool looking Cadillac here. Oh, this is great. Classic car. Back in the days when Cadillacs were regarded as one of the finest, if not the finest car in the world. Mercedes, little Focus ST, Challenger with a 392. Look at this Outback dumped in the weeds, looking cool. You know, in Japan they actually sold these. They sold the Outback with a the Boxster engine, but turbo. It was a quick little car, a really quick little car. Very cool. Tacoma, Corvette driving in there, and then a Volkswagen. I think that's about it. So that's it for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee. Thanks to everybody who brought out your great cars and trucks and motorcycles. Big thank you for Ruby's for bringing out the coffee and the donuts as usual, and of course the Outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. Don't forget, we've got some really cool weeks coming up. Next weekend we're going to have the Packards in town. That's that great looking 34 just driving past me now, that hot yellow one we looked at just a minute ago. So next weekend, that's the 30th, we've got the Packard group here. The following weekend we've got the Nova group, that's the 7th, and then on the 14th the guys with the Oldsmobiles will be here. So we'll see you back here next week for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee.